Well, we are being joined all the way from Port Harcourt by league expert, and he's currently the general manager of Wazobia FM over there in Port Harcourt. Chana Cheru, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Game On. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. I'm sure you'll be listening to us talk about Mohammed Babaganaru's travels and Akwa United's inability to move away from the gravitational forces of relegation. Your thoughts on this? Is Mohammed Babaganaru, was he an analog coach in a digital team? And is like Favour said, well, like Onye said, is the management of Akwa United also analog for hiring an analog coach?
It doesn't matter what kind of coach is described as. Somebody hired him. What did you see when you hired him? Did you think there was something he had that would help your team? Was there a need in your team he would have filled up for you? You hired him. He took the job. He didn't force himself on the team. So I'm not going to name him analog or digital. I would say when the club Akwa United wanted the coach, they saw him as the right fit for the club, and they hired him. It didn't work out. So it didn't work out. I mean, one team will win the league, 4 will be relegated. Clubs just hope it's not. They won't be the one. Babaganaru's best moment in Nigerian football were when he coached Kano Pillars. After those Kano Pillars did have struggled. He has really struggled at Gombe United. I mean, wherever he has gone, he has struggled. Is he analog? Then maybe Akwa United is analog too, for getting an analog coach.
You see, you people I don't know what to say anymore. But let's talk about Rivers United so far, China. Doing really well. They've basically been in the top 4 over the last 10 match days, and they've been holding on, oscillating between first and second over the last few weeks as well. It's almost halfway so far of the season. What's been your impression of Finidi George's time at Rivers United?
Listen, he has done well. Especially the start he had in the league, he had done well. Many people don't understand that the team he started with, he had about 5 or 6 of the under-17 team that won the under-17 league last season. You know, he kept faith in those young boys. He really kept faith in them, and they are really doing well with the team. So sometimes the pressure comes on the young team, like when they went 3 games without a win, even losing at home to Bayelsa United, and sometimes they pick up. But one thing he has done is that he has made them know they can play football the way football should be played. You know, I see them, play out the back like we see some other clubs. I see defenders confidently don't just boost the ball out of the 18-yard box and actually pass the ball. I see the team, even when they are under pressure to equalize, they hardly go for the long balls. They still want to walk the ball into the 18-yard box of the opponent. That's a well-coached team. And Rivers United is a well-coached team. It's been a long time. It's been a long time that the team was coached. It's been a long time that the team was coached. And the fans are happy. The media is happy. I'm sure the club management is happy. And maybe the state government, if they have some time away from the crisis, and they watch Rivers United, they'll be happy too. Like I said, it's been a long time that team was coached, and they have a coach right now.
Okay, that's
I was going to say, I mean, still bring it back to Akwa United. You just said it's been a long time a team has been coached or has been coached by a coach. I think that should be the same with now Akwa United. I mean, when you look at the coach right there with Akwa United, I mean, looking at his philosophy, like you said, he has not had a very best of days after Kano Pillars. Don't you think it's time for clubs to start looking forward to the modern day trends of coaches? Eyiba has Yema Olariwaju. We have Kano Pillars, Kano Pillars have Usman Abdallah. We also have
Daniel
Ogumodede, Fidelis Lechuku. Don't you think it's time for clubs to start looking and thinking out of the box? Even in Ikorodu City, they have a young coach.
I've known Onyewuchi Wachukwu for more than 20 years, about 25 years. And the way he's smiling is mischievous. While we're talking, he had that mischievous look on his face. I wonder what he has to say about it. Okay, clubs are going for younger, more dynamic coaches. Truth is that because you're young doesn't mean you'll be a good coach. But the thing about being young is that you take risks. You're not going to be as conservative as the older coaches. Like the Imama, you mentioned the Imama, Daniel Ogumodede, Yema. We know them. Fidelity George, Amunike. Because they are younger, they want to take risks. They will be more, enterprising and all of that. But it does not, the fact that you're young does not equate to you being successful or you going to win the league or you going to win games. I think our clubs should ask themselves the simple question: why are we here? What do we want to achieve? What style do you want to play? What's our philosophy? What's the club mentality like? If they can answer this question, there's always the coach for everything. There's always the coach for everything. But I think our clubs, probably their agents that, hand these coaches over to them. When the club is in need, they call somebody, oh, boy, I need coach. And they bring, maybe, I'm just saying maybe. Because if a club has a particular play style, maybe counter-attacking football, maybe expansive football, maybe defensive style of play, maybe you want to go gung-ho, and you want to maintain that philosophy, there's always the coach for you. There is always the coach for you. Like I know any club that gets Kennedy Boboye will always play counter-attacking football. Kennedy's team will always sit back and play off the counter. He did at Abia Warriors, at Plateau United. That has always been his style. But do our clubs know what they want? Do they know what they're about? Because they don't know, they just get anybody to coach the team. And that's why every year they're blending. Every year they're starting afresh every year. I think that's one major problem we have with our clubs in the country.
I totally agree, Chala. Let's move on very quickly. We have to hard pressed for time. Let's go to the continent. Former African champions Enyimba fought back from 2 goals down to hold CAF Confederations Cup holder Zamalek to a thrilling 2-2 draw at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo on Sunday. The People's Elephants went into Sunday's game searching for their first win at the group stage, but were stunned after Saifeddin Jaziri and Umar Faraj put the Egyptians in front before Enyimba rallied when striker Ifeanyi Emekwele. I beg your pardon?
Ihemekwele.
He handed Enyimba a lifeline before Chinedu Ofere eventually pulled level in 57th minute. But try as they could, Enyimba could not get a winner in that particular game. Gentlemen, very quickly, let's talk about Enyimba's struggles on the African continent right now. Is playing away, they're not playing at home, they're playing in the Uyo Township Stadium. Can this be a major reason why they are struggling? But there are those who also say, a good team should be able to get a result anywhere. China, let me quickly come to you.
Listen, when you're at home, you're at home. If anyone was playing in their stadium, one is a smaller stadium, they can fill it up easier than to fill up their Uyo stadium. Then again, the terraces are close to the pitch, so the players can actually feel the vibe of the fans. In Uyo, I don't think they had up to 1,000 people in that stadium, maybe 500. So it's never the same. So you always want to play in your dungeon, so to say, but they don't have it. They don't have that advantage. Yes, they better pitch and they play good football, but it's always not the same if you're not playing in front of your own fans. But I won't say that's what affected anybody. They played very well on the day. They just couldn't take their chances when they mattered.
Okay, very quickly, Favor, your 2 cents in 30 seconds.
Well, it was not a bad day for him, but I mean, like China said, they could not take their chances, but it still further shows the level of where Nigerian clubs are in Africa. I mean, we're not there yet. We still have a long way to go. But
in order to be able to meet with the very best.
Exactly, but I must also give kudos to Yema Larewaju. His tactical abilities came to bear. We saw what he was able to do on an evening, holding the defending champions of the CAF Confederation Cup.
Okay, very quickly, you are not happy. You said that they played atrociously.
No.
You're remixing it now.
No, their capacity to defend. In the first game against Al Masry, the same problem. Chaotic defending, had about 3 or 4 defenders clashing in the first game. The same thing happened. One of the goals, you had about 3 players crashing to the floor. Crashing to the floor, the goalkeeper too crashed to the floor. And how do you defend in such a manner? So it means that the management of this Enyimba and the coaches should look at the defensive frailties of this club and look at how to counter it.
Okay.